Good morning. This is Dr. Cooper, and this is a podcast for the ENG102-CRE101 Learning Community class. Today's podcast is the Week 3, Session 1 podcast. Remember, Session 1 is over the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and of course, Monday. But we will never give you more than you can handle on a Monday. So let's get started with what you need to do before you come to class this week. So many of you are doing a really good job, so I want to go ahead and pat you on your back and say, keep up the great work. You're keeping up with things and you're following along nicely. So let's take a quick look at our grid to see what we are working on for this week. So before you come to class for English, all you have to do is finish participating in discussion number 1. Many of you didn't see that, and you have until tonight, which is Monday, to finish that discussion. So go ahead and click on that and get in there. And basically what we're doing is talking about food waste. More food waste. So this is your first online discussion, so make sure that you read the discussion requirements by clicking this link here. And then I want for you to start talking about what you've been reading, whether it be from the articles that we've given you or the book that you have purchased. So you can see Cameron got us started last week on Thursday. He did a great job of sharing a link to the article that he's talking about, which is what I really like. He's citing sources when he talks about New York Times, so we know where the information he's talking about is coming from. Okay, and then Tanya did a good job. She came in as well. She shared her link with where she's getting her information. So I want for you to read each other's posts and then comment back. So here you can see that Norma replied back to Tanya. So she liked what she posted. Now, I would like for your reply backs to each other to be a little bit more than a couple of sentences. So it's great that Norma replied back, but I want these to be a little more in depth. So think about what they are saying and see what you can add to that part of the discussion. Okay, so Candace did a good job as well. So the first 3 people who posted their initial posts are good examples of what I'm looking for here. Okay, same here, 4th person as well. So let's make sure we get in there and finish that discussion by Monday before you come to class. So we can take a look at that. All right, in class, what we're going to do is go over this lesson on the rhetorical situation and the rhetorical appeals. Right now, I only have links to PowerPoints and handouts, but I'm going to make this a lesson that'll be a little more engaging for you to participate in. So you'll be able to either read the handouts or participate in the lesson when that pops up. And I'll post a lesson down here with this one. Now, the assignment that we're going to be working on this week are 2, really. You have a journal, and this is a joint journal. Journal number 4 is joint, meaning you're going to get credit for it in English and you're going to get credit for it in reading. So go ahead and just look at the reading assignment. You'll see that the due date for me will pop up, but read the journal for reading to get the instructions. We're going to do some quick, short projects, and we'll get started in class working on that. But we also have an assignment number 2, which is another research assignment. So we'll talk about that in class as well, and we'll talk about DIGO and how to use that and how it's going to help us help each other to do some really good research together. Okay, so that's what we'll be doing in class. And then after class, you'll be finishing up both the journal and the assignment for my class. And then you'll be participating in a lesson that will help you with assignment number 2. And that lesson is called Searching the Web. So it'll pop up, and there'll be some things for you to read and some things for you to watch and so forth. So just go ahead and work your way through this lesson. And when you're done, you will know everything you need to know about searching the web. Now, here's the key thing that you have to remember is that I'm going to be giving you quizzes every Tuesday right before class starts to see if you have been doing what you need to do for this class. So the quiz for Tuesday would be what you were supposed to do between last week and now. In this case, you're doing the discussion, but there were some other things that you were supposed to read last week that were in the online handbook. So I'm going to grab a couple of questions from there. So make sure that you're prepared for that. Now for reading, you can see that you're still reading AW means American Wasteland. So you're on chapter 3 right now. And you're going to have your journal that you need to print out and bring to class for chapter 3. So make sure you post it to Google+, tag it JN3, hashtag JN3, and then print it out and bring it to class for Mrs. Ortega. You also had some homework writing CT questions. That was an online assignment from last week that needed to be done before class. And then you were supposed to read A Vegetarian Philosophy. So hopefully you got that. And then you were going to write 12 questions. Here's a PowerPoint that you were supposed to read. So a lot of this looks like a lot of stuff, but some of it is from last week as well. So make sure that you've done all of this stuff for reading before you come to class. So I didn't give you as much. See, I'm the nice one. No, I'm just kidding. But make sure that you have prepared yourself. Now, everything you need, you're reading right now, online handbook. Nothing from the online handbook, just chapters 3 and 4. Journal 4, we'll talk about in class, so towards the other half of the week. And then journal 3, you should have in chapter 3 read and finished before you come to class. And then these are the handouts that you'll need. We'll be going over these two together in class, and then the rest of these are for your reading. Actually, this is for me. So for the discussion, I put another link for these collection of food waste articles. Nothing new, the same link from last week as well. And then there's the lesson that I talked about, and then of course your assignments for this week. So these are all the things you're going to get credit for. And then don't forget, journal number 4 is a dual post. You only have to post it once, but you'll get credit in English and in reading for that one. Assignment number 2 is for English. Discussion 2 is for reading. Discussion 1 was for English. And then chapter 3 is for reading. So that's pretty much it for this week. You're doing a great job. Keep up with that. Remember, if you're having trouble with some links or things, just let me know what's not working, and I'll get in there and fix it as soon as I can. All right, good luck, and I'll see you all in class tomorrow. Don't forget our little quiz, just a short quiz.